Welcome to the last section of the iPhone 10 review. If you've missed any of the previous sections, I'll leave a link to the playlist right here. It's very convenient. Start the first video and it'll take you through all the videos that are there in my iPhone 10 review. So go check it out. Or if you want to just stick around and watch the cameras review, well, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Now the iPhone 10 sports the first optically image stabilized telephoto lens in an iPhone, and also the first iPhone that can do portrait effects using the front cameras. And this is where the emoji machine turns it up to 11. Yes, I'm talking about Animojis. Animojis are really fun. And contrary to popular belief, the feature does use the dot projector and the IR camera for the initial setup and then proceeds to using the front-facing camera for the rest. This is necessary for it to know how close or away your face is so it can accurately track your facial expressions all the way down to the frickin' duck face pout. Now back to the cameras for taking portrait photos. The front-facing camera is pretty decent. It is something that leaves me awestruck or makes me go, wow, this is good. The Pixel 2 XL's front-facing camera really does a fantastic job at this, and yeah, it is going to be the king for now. But on the other side, the new 12 megapixel camera with its f1.8 aperture and the new image signal processor does an incredible job. I'll admit, it is still nowhere close to the Pixel 2 XL or what it can create. Apple has clearly labeled this beta, and for a reason, just like the depth mode when the 7 Plus was launched. I've yet to see a single photo posted by people with the X where in portrait mode the person or the subject's hair isn't blown out into the background, and it just looks awfully weird. Now, if you use an app like Focus or similar, you'll notice that all the depth map data that is there for that particular photo is all correct. Apple has all the data it needs to improve the rendering pipeline so it can render these images correctly, although it hasn't been able to nail it down really well yet. And until that happens, Google's approach of using machine learning to generate these portrait effects, well, it's going to continue winning and remain the king until Apple decides to fix it up, if it does do that at all. Now for the actual stuff. The photos coming out of this setup have left me in awe, admiration for the engineers who worked on it, and respect for all the people who have been taking great shots with it. It offers great sharpness on both lenses in the center, while the edges remain somewhat soft depending on the photo and lighting conditions. However, capture an image in RAW format using apps like Obscura or Halide, and it's a whole different story for some reason. The images are sharp edge to edge, and I'm unable to explain why this difference can be observed. The minimum focusing distance seems to have also been reduced down to approximately 2 inches for the regular camera and for about 6 inches for the telephoto lens. This should enable you to get really up close and get those macro-like photos. The colors, contrast and saturation produced by both of these lenses is pretty similar. However, the telephoto lens does seem to be a little less saturated and a little less sharp when especially you click in RAW mode. So this is generally fixable if you use Apple's Photos app on macOS, or if you're shooting RAW, then you can use Lightroom on Windows or macOS. Now this video, this review should have ended here, but it simply cannot. It cannot end without me talking about the new video recording modes in the iPhone 10, 8 Plus and 8. The A11 Bionic chip and the new image signal processor enable these phones to record 1080p up to 240 fps and 4K up to 60 fps. Until today, the camera I'm recording on, the Ursa Mini, is the only camera I've ever seen and used in my life that could do 4K 60. Now, of course, there are other cameras that are capable of this, but this is the only one I have used until I got the iPhone 10. And now this guy can do that as well. So I'll be following up with another video with all the image samples and video samples for 4K 60, 1080p, 240, etc. So if you'd like to watch that video, hit the subscribe button right now so you get a notification when I upload that video. Well guys, that's it for the iPhone 10 review. If you have specific questions, leave them down in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. If you have questions regarding how iOS 11 feels on the iPhone 10, leave me questions down below. Or if you want to just have a general conversation, let's go there. Let's have a general conversation because I love those, especially if they're about bacon or cookies. Well, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, you know what to do. Leave me a comment down below and tell me why you disliked it. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you get a notification every time I upload a new video, especially the Pixel XL 2 review. I'll see you guys in that video. Cheers.